Hello, it's Stacy from Bubbles and Biscuits, and I'm still on the icon.
Yeah.
Hello, my fellow cruisers. It's Stacy from Bubbles and Biscuits, and today we are gonna get into part 2 of my icon food adventure. In this video, we are going to talk about the actual food that I ate and the customer service, or if I experienced any problems or questionable situations trying to acquire said food. Grab your bubbles and sit your biscuits down because it's cruising time. Let's talk about it. Okay, I was told by my manager, Miss Coco, she's sitting behind me. She's really, really behind me. Hold on. There she is, princess of the world. I was told by my manager to play nice when talking about the food and my actual opinion of the taste testing that I did, and don't tell people about themselves. However, this is my experience, and unfortunately, I may have to censor out some words with other words that you might be like, what does that mean? You're going to have to think out the box and reference things in your mind with possibly the first letter, since I can't say certain words at the moment. Some of y'all got children. I don't have children, but some of y'all got children. But we're going to talk about my experiences today. But before we do so, let's go ahead and hash out some housekeeping. Okay? Excuse me, trying to get this all situated. Okay. Thank you all for joining me today. I appreciate you, and thank you guys for subscribing and sharing and helping me hit 150 subscribers. Yay! Woo! I am ecstatic. Thank you all for really appreciating my content. I know it's a longer form content, but it's an informative content. I really enjoy your feedback, despite the person that decided to put some negative feedback that really, in my opinion, has never been on a cruise or is not interested in cruising, but they think this is like a Mr. Beach channel. That's okay. That's okay. So, with that being said, I appreciate you all. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and click the notification button, the little notification bell. That way, anytime I come out with new content, you will be one of the first to know. Let's see. Disclaimer. So, we will be getting into my food opinions. You can consider these for educational purposes. If you do not like my opinion on food you did not eat, that I ate, and you were not there when these cooks cooked the food, tough tacos. These are my opinions. This is what happened, and these are the situations I was in. You were not there. Remember that. Thank you. Also, I will be comparing and contrasting some of these food options and these situations to other cruise lines. I hold no loyalty to any cruise line. I do not whatsoever hold loyalty, again, to any cruise lines. They are not sponsoring me. I'm a baby channel. Okay, I'm not even monetized. I have the ability to tell the truth. I am not a paid influencer. I am a content creator. I am not going to gaslight you for a specific company at any time because they want me to make it sound pretty and bubbly and get you on the boat. I'm going to tell you my experiences because I'm an experienced cruiser. Also, just so we can go ahead and hash this out right off the bat, I am 33 at this time. I am not Gen Z. I am not the area of children that are the iPad kids. I am of the millennials, okay? It is my obligation at this moment in time to let you know, do not go ahead and assume just because I'm well-versed how old I am or the lack of age because I look younger. Okay, I still get carded at bars and I can't stand it. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue. Put that off to the side. Well, it was a long 7 whole days on the Icon. And there were good things and there were bad things. I forgot to mention one additional housekeeping rule. Not necessarily rule, but just so we understand each other. Number 1, I am black on this side. I am not black on this side. I actually do not like Kool-Aid. Grape anything is nasty. I don't even like it for like cough medicine. So do not lump me in with a certain stereotype, okay? I like fried chicken. I don't like chitlins. I do not like really majority of the southern food that exists. So please don't get this, don't take this the wrong way. Number 2, I'm actually Jamaican. However, I do not eat that much Jamaican food. I am in an area that is very uncultured where I'm located currently. I am originally from South Florida, but I'm not in South Florida now. I moved to another location years ago for other reasons, such as collage. But as I was originally from South Florida, I had a quick, easy access to a variety of foods. Up here, I do not have the option to go to the store to pick up like a certain hot pepper, you know, like I would down in South Florida. I can't do that. So as I'm Jamaican, don't take offense if I don't like rice and peas, okay? I don't like anything that looks back at me. If it's not something I can buy in Publix that don't have no eyes, no scales, no bones, I could deal with bones. But fish bones? I ain't with that. I am not of the generation of waste not, want not to that extent, okay? This is why Publix and I, we're great friends. I'm a frequent visitor at Publix. Because you know why? It's in plastic. I can't say I know where it came from, but it came from the stove right there, and I didn't have to do extra. I ain't over here chasing it around like, a chicken. Come back, chicken, I'm gonna get you. I'm not doing all that, okay? I'm not from the island. I am from the America. I'm Jamaican by blood, not by location, okay? Number 3, why do I sound like this? I sound proper because I am. As I said, I'm from South Florida. So, no, not from California. No, not from New York. I definitely don't have a New York accent. But I'm going to let you know. I actually had godparents who were my parents at the end of the day. Because they're the ones that truly raised me. And they were Wahite. I'll put up a picture of them. Unfortunately, they passed on in 2022. And my dad, he was supposed to be my cruising buddy. So just letting you know. Okay, yes, I am black on this side, not on this side. And yes, I did have black parents too, but they're not the ones who truly raised me to get to this point in life. I am fluffy, okay? We're going to acknowledge that. So for the ones that are going to jump in my comments and be like, you fat, Congratulations, you have now pointed out the obvious. Do you want a medal? I am a foodie. I like food. Clearly, I did not get this pleasantly plump from eating carrot sticks. I don't even care if they were fried. It wasn't gonna happen. Either way, we're here to talk about the food, not about me. I'm trying to pre-warn y'all, prerequisites y'all, before you decide to hop on the ship, and is this food worthy of your taste buds and of your money? So these is just my experience. If you don't like it, tough tacos. If you really don't like me, move along, swipe right, swipe left, I don't care. Stop the video. Run for your life. Bye. So don't come at me for that. But at least know why I'm about to say some of the things. Yeah, no, I'm not the one. Okay, thanks, bye. All right, let's get into it. I was on the Icon for 7 whole days. Second sailing, that was a paid sailing, which is the inaugural sailing. I just want to go ahead and share with you my experience and my expectations and what I actually got. I did not do the dining package per my last video. I had it, dropped it. I was going to ride complimentary. And, yeah, I could have bought, a la carte stuff. But if my sister-in-law wasn't buying a la carte stuff, there's no reason. You still got a buffet that's open, 3 times a day. So it's not that bad. Well, I'm only going to go over the restaurants I actually did go to. And I'm going to let you know. This was a vacation for me. I don't have kids. I did not have kids with me. So I actually wasn't really in any of the kids areas, which is why my restaurants are kind of limited. Well, the first night when we went to the main dining room, because we were your time dining, we walked up, told them our reservation and everything, and, bless their heart, all these employees, these waiters and waitresses were just lined up on the walls waiting for us to come sit down so they can get used to the layout of the table. Now, somebody told me that these folks have been on the ship since like November, maybe before that. I don't know how long they've been on the ship, but it's kind of odd that they're still not used to the layout. However, before a ship comes over, it's not going to come over empty, so it is going to actually have staff. I don't know when the actual staff got on the ship, but either way, you've been running like for 2 other sailings before mine, because you also had the last paying one, the first, and then you had the news crew. And of course, there was actually a clientele floating one, where when I mean clientele, I mean like staff floating only for a certain period, still working out the bugs. While the ship is still being fixed, set up, there were still, if you go look at like Don's family vacations video, you can see that there were still like scaffoldings and stuff inside the main lobby area. So it's just kind of strange that they're still not used to where the tables are. Just saying. Well, we got there, got assigned with a person that was supposed to be bringing us to the table, and nobody knew where 226 was. When I mean nobody knew where 226 was, I mean we were walking amongst waves of people on the left side and the right side. At some point, my sister-in-law and we got like totally split. So we're both on opposite sides, and like there's more than one person out trying to find 226. It was great. So for like 10 minutes, couldn't find the table, if not like 15, just walking in between people and their families, trying not to be like, this is awkward, I'm kind of like near your food, sorry, I'm in your space, hey, can you move a little bit, So we finally arrived at 226. And Anakin, he was the manager, and he's in the videos and everything. He's the cool guy on the right side that's dancing. He he was taking care of us the entire time, and I'm pretty sure after night number 1, they just reserved 226 for us only. Just so like we didn't have any more problems. I really don't think anybody else sat at 226 for dinner but us at all. Despite we weren't even there until like 8:30, you know. But he was very, very accommodating. They brought us a bottle of wine to say sorry for the confusion and the back and forth trying to get there and everything, which was great. You know, prefer not champagne, prefer sweet wine. Just saying, if anybody else wants to mess up, I like Moscato, white Zinfandel, sweet red. Sweet red, hey. But anyway, that's for anybody who's listening. Y'all want to try that again? Okay. So we had a decent amount of food while we've been at the table. I want to say we actually was there for 5 nights out of 7, if not 6 nights. As I said before, you know, everything kind of starts running into one after it all happens the first time, you know. The dining room had, I want to say they only did like the little dance thing during elegant nights. I don't want to say that they did like the little dance and Caribbean music and the swinging of the napkins anytime. I want to say it was definitely during like elegant night, which is kind of weird because if I'm in a nice dress, the idea of me getting up and dancing in front of my bowl of pasta does not sound like a good idea, you know. Logically, it sounds like a hot mess. I'm not sure what happens if, you know, you spill your food on your dress, if they will actually clean it. Don't know. Wasn't the one. Didn't try it. Good. Moving on. So, I like to get multiple appetizers just so I can try a variety of food or try the quality of the food that's on the ship. So when I say like multiple appetizers, I'm talking about I would get like a regular appetizer and then so one of the first things I ate was beef tartare. So beef tartare is raw beef sliced thinly, and yes, it's raw. Yes, you can get sick from it, but you know, the hopes is you don't have to eat it. But it was delicious, very, very thin, and I liked it. Next, I also tried fried calamari. The calamari was cooked to perfection, nice, crunchy, but still nice and soft in the center. However, the sauce that was with it, there was like a green, not spicy, like mayo with green peppers in it, but not like the actual seeds in it. So that's why I say it wasn't spicy. Preferably, if you're going to go ahead and serve calamari, it's best to keep it basic with the marinara sauce or some type of red spicy sauce. I tried like a tomato basil soup, which was good. And I also tried chicken parmesan. Now, the chicken parmesan was a nice thick breast. Well, with this thicker piece of meat, they actually had to go back and take it and bring me out another one because this one was a bit thick and it wasn't fully cooked inside. Very, very quick to go ahead and handle the situation. That was great. You also had, on every menu in the main dining room, you had the shrimp cocktail. Now, hear me out. The shrimp cocktail that was provided in the main dining room is not the giant shrimp cocktail that was provided in the Windjammer on lunch day number 1. Mm-hmm. It wasn't bad. They were nice. They were succulent. They still had that little bite, so they weren't overly sitting in water or anything like that. So that was good. Decent quality shrimp, you know. Next was like a bolognese. I forget like the full name for it, but it's meat sauce with like, it's a different version of lasagna. I liked it. It was just the red sauce had a little bit too much salt. Now, keep in mind, I'm a person that actually eats a shrimp boil. But I will add salt to things I'm cooking to, but I don't add additional salt unless it's really, really lacking thereof. This actually had a lot of salt in it, and I wasn't sure why. It still tasted okay, but if they could just cut down that salt content, it would be great. Next was the pork bao tacos. Yeah, just as it just sounds weird. I've eaten this before, I want to say on the Royal Caribbean's Freedom of the Seas, and it's not like I have a problem with the pork or anything. It's the bun consistency, because if you don't cook a bun correctly, it's going to be still too gummy and not actually cooked all the way. Well, this is one of those where it's drowned in sauce and then it's gummy too. So I wasn't a fan of this one. So the second actual taco, I pulled out the meat and just ate the meat because I didn't really care for the bun anymore. My. French onion soup. Ooh-wee. Like I told you, I like me some French onion soup. Delicious, nice, thick, crispy cheese. Yum, 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 yum. The mixture and the spices in the actual soup, delicious. Yes, it can be a salty soup, but it was not. It was not salty, and it was not overly powerfully salty. Next is the jerk pork. Now, if you remember my disclaimer from before, I'm Jamaican, but I'm used to jerk chicken, not pork, okay? It was the weirdest thing ever. I'm kind of like looking at it on the plate. I know I ordered it, but I asked him too before I ordered. I'm like, you jerked pork before you jerked chicken? What? I was so confused, guys. I was just, kind of like flipping it over. Like, is it safe? Is it normal? Because I'm like, you jerk pork. All right. I ate it, and it wasn't bad. It was just different. Definitely different. It wasn't salty. It was actually decently spiced, with true jerk seasonings. But I was still just jerk pork. I know people jerk whatever they want. I get that. I just kind of stick to jerk chicken. I'm sorry. Don't get mad. Next, you have coconut shrimp. Coconut shrimp was good. They kind of put it over coleslaw, which is a no-no for me. I don't care for that. Just leave the shrimp where the shrimp belong and give me some nice side sauce. But no coleslaw was needed. That's like putting tomatoes in egg salad. Don't do that. Don't do that. Next, we have some salmon, which the salmon was great because I had salmon multiple times while I was there. I kind of like to get 2 entrees because, in my opinion, they're small and usually it takes a while for you to get service. On top of that, knowing what I know now as being a frequent cruiser, after about 10 o'clock, you have a problem finding food on the ship that's not the pizza spot. Maybe a late night place. And when I mean late night, till 11. And room service. So, and this is not just a Royal Caribbean problem. It's an all cruise ship problem. They like to shut things down and leave the drunk folks on pizza or room service. Which, in my opinion, is unnecessary. Because pizza can't go ahead and fix all the problems in the world. No offense to everybody else that loves pizza. But I am not looking for pizza if I had a little bit too much to drink. And room service likes to serve squab if you're going to get chicken wings. Pheasant size chicken wings. And as I said before, room service is something you can purchase and you're paying per plate for customer service. You're paying for the gratuities for room service. You're not necessarily paying per plate That's how it was on the Freedom. I'm not sure about the Icon because I didn't order room service. But if it's standard to the rest of the line, you're paying by plate for gratuities. But yeah, I am just not a fan of not having food around. If I'm going to go to the club or I'm going to go to the show or I'm going to go see a comedy show or whatever, I may come out and I'm hungry because if I do a shore excursion or I go off the ship or I do like a lot of, in the sun time, I'm going to be hungrier more at night when I'm not in that type of situation again. Well, in these cases, I order like something I might like so I can take it back to my room. I just take the cap because you can take food out of the main dining room anytime you want. It's not a problem. Dessert or regular meals, you can do the same thing. Just walk out. Real simple. They'll go get you the little top lid for it. I'm going to talk about this Baked Alaska because this is what this is. I know it don't look like Baked Alaska, but it was Baked Alaska. It actually had Neapolitan ice cream. The one where you got chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla. This was interesting. I didn't taste anything but strawberry, like usual if you get Neapolitan. But it was a nice design. I can't say I would get it again. But that was the least annoying dessert I could get that was on the menu at that moment in time. Then you have the lobster. I'm gonna have to get closer for this one. So about the lobster. On day 1 for lunch, which means you want to hurry up and get on the ship before 2 p.m. And I mean go through the whole check-in process before 2 p.m. So hurry up, get on the ship, and you will be served lobster in the main dining, in the Windjammer, and giant shrimp. Nice size shrimp. Well, what I also find interesting is they might also serve lobster at random times too. But at the end of the day, you had lobster, and filet mignon for lunch. A welcome lunch on the ship. Day 1. But when it came to elegant night number 2, you put lobster after the first one, you're going to charge me for it. Don't even put that over in the buffet if you're going to charge me for it and I know about it. That's real rude. That's rude as hell. Like if you check out your menu, majority of the time, if it says, surf and turf, you're going to have to pay extra for it, even in the main dining room. So why is it you're going to make me pay extra for it, but you serve this at lunch when I wasn't there? I understand if you're trying to be welcoming, and I don't know if this is inaugural sailing type of thing only, but my beef at the end of the day is if you're going to charge me lobster on the second coming of, the fancy night, don't serve it for lunch, period, on the buffet. Don't make it where it's free, and then you probably threw out some of them because the people that actually were on the ship didn't all run to the buffet at the time. Or the people that were coming in, they didn't all run to the buffet at the time. So when it comes to lobster on elegant night, the fact that you're going to charge me per lobster, if I want more than one, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's Lobstergate 2024, 100%. It was all fun and games till NCL went ahead and kicked back for the Haven, which you pay oodles and noodles to get into a Haven room, starting at what, $12,000-ish? And that's not on sale. But to get into the Haven, and the Haven restaurant had lobster, they're now cutting you off on lobster, and I think it's what, $25 per tail. Bruh. Have we even looked at lobster tail prices recently? What? I am not paying you a full tank of gas for lobster. In the Haven. I'm over here paying for a butler, and you want me to pay for the lobster too? Absolutely not. You know, lost your damn mind. There it went. Because that, you tripping. There must be like a gas leak. Because that don't make no sense. That's nuts. So now you're going to be charged randomly for lobster. So just be careful. Try to get it when you can get it free. Now this other dessert, I don't remember what this was, but I could tell you it was pretty, but I didn't eat it. Because that's in front of my sister-in-law. So I didn't eat it. And I don't even remember what she ordered. I didn't ask what it was because it. Now this ice cream tends to be soft, even though the ice cream that's in the buffet is different. It tends to be a little bit on the soft side. You're not gonna make it out of the main dining room with like 2 balls of ice cream. They gonna melt. Here was a piece of like cake brownie, which is pretty good. Tiramisu, delicious. I totally took like 3 of those back to my room so I could eat it after the comedy show. No joke. I was content with my life. Now this little red velvet cake, delicious. 10 out of 10 recommend. Definitely got to go ahead and try that out. And that was pretty much what I ate that I have pictures of. So I did eat chicken. I did eat steak. I did eat salmon. I didn't try like whitefish or anything like that. So I kept to the basics in the main dining room. Because number one, I'm not sure what I'm allergic to, and sure as hell don't want to find out on a ship when it's going to be expensive for me to get my behind back home if they don't figure it out in the little medic spot. I'm not a risk taker to that extent. I will try some random stuff, but I ain't trying to go ahead and be sick for the rest of the cruise. Or, you know, almost on the cruise. That's not for me. So, main dining room, it has pretty decent food. But sometimes with the main dining room, there is an issue with timing. Timing and food quality. So they are mass producing all this main dining room food, and you can see it when you go and you watch a chef's table video. Well, in a chef's table video, they're like piling all the food on the side, or they're piling it in these like waiting spots on the side. So temperature might be an issue. Undercooked or overcooked might be an issue, because I've had both. Some was overcooked, some was undercooked. If I asked for medium, it wasn't medium. It was definitely well done. So I had to go back and forth with those little special situations and what have you. Flavor wasn't bad. It's just some things just did not have a lot of spice on them. It was more like the things for the appetizer that was kind of lacking, in my opinion. It was definitely things from the appetizer, not so much main course. But yeah, the main dining room, it's all right. It kept us alive for 7 days. So, like the 5 times we actually visited for the food. And the last time, just say bye and again in this group. Next I want to go ahead and talk about this shake from Deserted. If you check out the prices, you can see some shakes are $14 and what have you. Then there's like a tiny little price in smaller writing that says for the adults. So this is if you want to get this much alcohol put in your... Well, it's not even put into it. Dang, I wish I had something that size. Okay, we're going to use this nail glue to represent the size of So, it's not like this small for the Irish cream that I got, but it's pretty close. We're going to go ahead and serve you this on the side, because that's what you asked for. So, you're paying $5 for like a thimble of alcohol. If you go ahead and you go to this little deserted spot. Just a suggestion. If you already have the alcohol pass, do not buy this for $5, okay? If you're a casino player and you already hit your points or you're a Prime member, plus, do not buy the alcohol on the side. I know it seems like a great idea, and it's fantastic. Okay, once you throw this on here, once you throw on 5, you're looking like 19. Then you're also paying gratuities on top of that. So when I signed my check came out to be $23 for that little squab of a shake. I was a little bit disappointed because the glass was rolled in a little bit of Oreo, and that was about it. You had milk, but like in a glass that's this tall, this much of it was actually the drink. Like, that's not a lot of drink for $23. And for me to pour my little Bailey's on top, it overflooded the thing. So, yeah, if you want the additional shot, go up and ask a bartender for it if you already paid for it for free. Because I really don't think they'd even acknowledge it in the room that, you have the alcohol pass or anything like that. It would be convenient if they did. But seeing as they're serving it as a secondary bottle, doubt it. So go to a bar, get you a shot, or go back to the casino and get you a shot at the casino bar. That's the best way to do that. Next, I want to go ahead and talk about something we all love. The Windjammer Buffet. Well. So, I only have a video for dinner and for lunch. So, I'm going to speed this up a little bit for dinner and for lunch and just tell you of the things that I actually did eat. And I'm watching this on a whole nother screen, so bear with me, y'all. I'm watching it on another screen, and I'm putting me on the video. You see how it's done, but just understand that these two things are being recorded separately. So, you will understand later on. So they had chicken wings. The chicken wings are not terrible. They were crispy, which is great. The bread could be a little bit too hard, especially where the soup area was. The soups weren't bad. I tried the clam chowder. It was okay. It didn't have bacon in it. Now, some cultures like bacon in it. I'm one of those. But yeah, there wasn't any bacon in there. So you're looking at, the nicest way to put it is like the Asian food stall, where they have a variety of some things, and then they also put like spaghetti, basic spaghetti and pasta on the same stall at the same time. Next, you have the salad bar, which somebody else pointed this in my video from before. Yes, a child did physically pick up the bowl, even though he was taller than the bowl, touched it, flipped it toward him, and put it back. Now, it is also wrong that the guy who saw him do it, that was on the other side, that was an employee, he left that bowl there. He washed the whole thing, and he left the bowl there for somebody else to pick it up. Yes, that's how, like, viruses are spread on ships. The cheese bar with the salad bar was not bad. The cheese is nice and cold in some aspects. If this was a ship, if the ship was actually on land, for some reason, when you come back from a shore day and you come to the buffet, there may be like a fly or two that may be hovering around the salad bar. Like they don't care for nothing else, but they love the salad bar. I don't understand it. The anchovy on eggs thing, that is nasty as hell. I don't know who came up with that. That is not a pizza. Don't do that. If you're telling me you can't give me a custom sandwich and you're over here making egg and fish, no. Just no. No. Drinks were over there on the nozzle. Even the beer was on the nozzle. Then you had the barbecue spot where it was off the grill. You know, you can make your own not mashed potatoes, but you can make your own loaded potatoes. Notice there's no rationing of bacon. Hey, Carnival, did you hear that? No rationing of bacon in the buffet. Okay? Learn thy lesson. Give me bacon. Hot dogs, hamburgers, and they were changing the hamburgers and the toppings every day. So, like, you might find a regular cheddar burger. You can find cheddar and bacon. You can find Swiss cheese and mushrooms, or a mushroom one. So they were at least changing some of the basics. And you also had your pasta spot where they will actually do custom pasta for you, which is great because I like that. I like the ability that I can go and get something and it's more inclusive of what I might like. I might want shrimp pasta, but no one has shrimp pasta. Sweet. You know, you can ask for chicken or whatever, or veggies and stuff. Now, majority of these desserts I didn't really care for because I knew I wasn't going to eat it, so I didn't try them out. The key lime one looked good, but I still didn't care to eat it on the first night. Now, they always had cookies. They always had cookies out there as well for dessert. So, nobody's ever really stranded. And there is ice cream station, like, in the middle of the floor, near where the bread was, there actually is an ice cream spot. Now, that was your night buffet. So, I'm going to talk about next is the day buffet, which was interesting. Yes, we had our little entertainment guys who were singing, dancing, and rapping for us to come and do washi-washi. But I love their little suits. They're adorable. They're so funny. Dancing and everything. So they went ahead and did a whole show. They were cool. Totally go watch and then wash your hands. The Windjammer has two sides, like two buffet sides. And one closes down before the other when it comes to this. So now you can see some of the changes that they had for lunch versus dinner. I tried the barbecue ribs. They were good. The sauce was good. I did find giant shrimp. Yes, sir. I found me some shrimp at lunchtime. And you know what you're going to do with them shrimp? You're going to take those big old shrimp, put it on its own little plate, take off all the tails, get you a bowl, ask for a bigger bowl, ask for one of those big old salad bowls, throw a whole bunch of like sauce in the bottom of those, and then put all your shrimp down. Okay? That's how you eat the shrimp. Then you don't have to fidget with playing with the tails later. And no. And you don't have to get all messy. So you get yourself a fork, one by one. That's how you going to eat that shrimp cocktail. Solved so many problems once I found that shrimp. Because I'm like, oh, the shrimp I missed. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So they did have like fried fish. They did have fried chicken and stuff like that, which wasn't bad. They had salmon that was on the grill too. The salmon was okay, but I didn't really care for the stuffed salmon. That was kind of weird. If you like chicken curry, I did not say curry chicken because curry chicken is assuming that it's Jamaican style. Chicken curry is Asian style. There is a difference. There's a flavor difference and then some. And the rice difference too, because they'll put it with like jasmine rice or other types of rice. So yeah, they had like potatoes au gratin, which was pretty good. Some things on the buffet line you can tell is like been out for a while. Some things have just been brought out. Some things were tasty, some things were not so tasty. Gentleman lost his wife in the buffet, so we were trying to look for her too at the same time of me recording, but that's okay. It is what it is. She was found. But also in the Windjammer, you can get all your fixings at the salad bar, which is good because you still have a variety. You can get eggs and everything else on the salad bar, and you can put really whatever you want from the buffet in the salad. The ice cream stall was not open during lunch. Now That was a disappointing part for me because I really cared for ice cream as like a little dessert after lunch, but that's okay. There is a gluten station in the back, despite the fact that there's like a whole section of bread and the pasta came back for lunch. But at the gluten station, that's where another like custom your pasta station is. Now for breakfast, they do omelets over at the gluten section. So do not be upset if in the front where you walk in at the buffet, that's where they have your omelet stations and everything. That's not the only two omelet stations. So they were actually taking tickets and names for omelet stations because people wanted omelets that much. It was like 15 to 20 minutes to get an omelet. Well, this old lady got buzzed because we actually had buzzers too. So this old lady, she got buzzed to come and pick up her omelet. Well, she shows up and then finds out that the guy didn't make the omelet yet. She was buzzed. So if there's any discrepancies in her order, she can go ahead and say it now before it's actually prepared so she can watch it be made. I would have done the same thing too. Shouldn't have to be like, oh man, it has to be already ready by the time I'm here. This lady went off. She went off about this. Mad as hell that when she arrived, it wasn't done. She's like, I want your name and I want the manager. Blah, 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 blah. I'm just looking at her like, these poor guys have been up here since like 7 o'clock, and it's 11 o'clock as a sea day in the Windjammer, and they're making omelets, and you having a whole conniption because they called you to let you know that yours was next. I complain about a lot of things on the ship, but if I know it's going to be hot, fresh, and not sitting there forever, and you're making it right now, I am a happy camper. I am not going to be pissed as hell. This lady was fuming at the mouth. So, of course, I was still there when the manager came because guess what? Miss Angry Pants walked away. So the manager came and he was like, well, what's wrong? And I told him flat out. I said, look, this crazy old white lady over there, she just walked over there. She looked like somebody's grandma, but she's clearly just angry as hell. She was over here complaining about the fact that they buzzed her and everything like that and wasn't ready. And I'm over here looking at her like, you stupid. But okay, we'll go with that. So, yes, this is not their fault. They did what they should have done. Make sure you got hot and ready food, because if you go ahead and don't get hot food, you're going to complain even more. The hell? So, don't blame them. Carry on business as usual. Proceed. And the hell with their own. Just throw the paper away. That's it. But anyway, yeah, just extra with people on the ship. Like, everybody feels like they're a Pinnacle member. My name is Pearl, and I'm a Pinnacle member. You can tell me what to eat and how to do it and when I should. Oh, this is not made correctly for an omelet. Oh, you can't call me without the omelet being ready. Manager! Walmart manager! Karen, sit down. Sit the hell down. The rest of us still hungry. Go on about your business. Go get you some like bacon over there. Buffet problems. Anyways, on to the Aquatown market.